Why did the mayor of Moscow's wife give the Bidens, both of them, $3.5 million for them? That's a lot of money. She gave him $3.5 million. So now I would think Putin would know the answer to that. I think he should release it. I think we should know that answer.
That was former President Donald Trump, essentially calling on Russian President Vladimir Putin to help him by releasing dirt on Joe Biden. This was not old. This was new. This was during an interview with Just the News founder John Solomon. Now, if that seems familiar, well, it's because it's not the first time he has called on the Russians to help him. Take a look.
If Russia or China or any other country has those emails, I mean, to be honest with you, I'd love to see them. Russia, if you're listening, I hope you're able to find the 30,000 emails that are missing. I think you will probably be rewarded mightily by our press.
Okay, so look, that was back in 2016. Oh, look, he's calling for it again. Oh, that's weird. That's weird. And by the way, going back to that first video, like, they added the music. I didn't add that. So look, here we have, once again, a former president asking a foreign country to provide dirt against his political opponents. So now look, was there an investigation on Hunter Biden? And because that's what this whole thing's about. There's actually one that was Republicans, and it's basically a sham investigation. And then there was another investigation that's currently ongoing by Delaware, including some possible financial crimes. So those are interesting. So now let me go into the details, right? So now the Republican sham investigation, according to Politico, was largely a compilation of previously public information. Some of it rehashed by witnesses, alleged witnesses who already testified during the House impeachment inquiry last year, as well as news articles and strongly worded insinuations, with little to no evidence to back it up, what they were saying. Now, the report states that Hunter Biden's role at Burisma cast a shadow over U.S.-Ukraine policy. Oh, really? Well, that's very interesting. So what effect did that have on Biden's decision-making when it came to Ukraine? Did it have any? Not that I can see. So now, unrelated, of course, you have another investigation. This is the U.S. Attorney's Office in Delaware that's investigating Hunter Biden's finances, his taxes, whether or not he did, tax evasion or things like that, or money laundering. And so those are some very, very important, consequential investigations. In fact, Politico reported that at the time that the securities fraud unit in the Southern District of New York had scrutinized Biden's finances, Hunter Biden's. The Wall Street Journal reported on Monday that the federal tax investigation into Hunter is gaining momentum, with prosecutors in Delaware seeking information and grand jury testimony in recent weeks. So now that's interesting, but what does that have to do with Joe Biden? And I think that's the ultimate question here. What does this have to do with Joe? What does this have to do with Ukraine? What is Donald Trump hoping to prove here by making these claims? Like that the Ukrainians attempted and failed to influence Joe Biden using his son? Now, look, I'm not at all surprised if a foreign country wants to, give somebody an important figure a job, a political figure, or the son of a political figure, or a daughter, etc., to have some influence. Well, I mean, that sucks. That's pay to play. And I see that. And we all see that, and we think that's awful, right? But at the same time, okay, to gauge whether or not there is actual corruption from the politician, you have to look at their decisions, right? And so what decisions were influenced by Joe Biden or by Hunter Biden being on this board? What decisions did that make Joe Biden make? I don't really see anything. And so what? You got him? Y'all, you nailed him. You nailed him. Yep. So what would it prove if Hunter Biden did some shady tax stuff? Well, it wouldn't really prove anything other than Hunter Biden's a bad boy. Okay. But again, is Joe Biden blocking that investigation? Is he publicly talking about that investigation? Is he using back channel or whatever private resources to stop Hunter Biden from being prosecuted or stop this investigation? No, none of that is happening. He's not being involved. And so that's, I think, the really important thing is that Joe Biden is not out there providing legal cover or doing anything that we know of to help Hunter Biden fight off these investigations. Now, if we remember the Trump family, you better believe Donald Trump would be involved in attempting to block these investigations. You see what I mean? And now the other thing that's important is that Hunter Biden was never in government. He's not a government official. He doesn't have a political position, unlike Jared or Ivanka Trump. And so, look, what you have here is a situation that's not the same. Now, look, Ivanka and Jared made billions of dollars off being White House advisors. Kushner tried to use U.S. foreign policy to secure loans from Middle Eastern countries, basically, trying to get to the UAE, and then the Saudi Arabians to try to fund his one of his failing Manhattan residences. And all of these deals were trying to enrich him. Then you had Ivanka using her position or her father's position as president to get special deals with China. And so you have all of this stuff. You want to talk about foreign deals? Okay. You want to talk about corruption? Okay. How about trying to illegally withhold billions of dollars in military aid to Ukraine in order to try to get dirt on Biden? Now, aid that the Ukrainians were proven to eventually needed, since, Russia currently is bombing them right now. How about the fact that Trump himself sought to do business with the very same government, the very same officials that he accuses Hunter Biden of doing business with back in the 1990s? How about when Trump was trying to pursue high-profile real estate deals in Russia as recently as 2016, the Trump Tower deal? And so, look, it's almost as if Trump is trying to distract everybody, is, trying to get people in trouble for the very corruption that he and his family have been involved in. Weird. And now, openly calling, once again, on Russian hackers to try to get this information, this alleged information. No, it's ridiculous.